नमस्कार दर्शकों, मैं पाइथन व्यस्त पूछा आपका स्वागत करता हूँ LSBN न्यूज़ में। और आज 12 तारीख है, जिस दिन कोर्ट हियरिंग होने हुई है। पीडी ऑफिसर्स को लाइसेंस ग्रांट होने चाहिए नहीं होने चाहिए। और आज के दिन भी जो है पीडी हियरिंग के टाइम पे लेट हुई है, अराउंड 10 मिनट। पीडी ऑफिसर्स लेट पहुंचे हैं, जबकि जज भी यहाँ पे वेट कर रहा था। जज ने भी बोला कि अब काफी मतलब जो हियरिंग है काफी लेट हो चुकी है। आप देखिए अंदर क्या हुआ है, क्या जजमेंट आई है और पूरे केस के दौरान क्या हुआ।
A request in this necessary hearing. Today I am approaching the Honorable Judge of Los Santos on behalf of the United Police Department to grant our law enforcement with
मैं
class 1 weapons. I know there will be a lot of questions in light of the Honorable Judge, everyone present in the court, and I'd like to proceed with clearing every doubt, objection, and questions regarding this plea. I'd like to ask the judge to look into the master report we have submitted in the evidence. So please look into the master report that we have submitted in the evidence. In that, we can see even the people who are working at night to keep the society healthy and provide healthcare are not safe from these antisocial elements. In LSPD report 1280, the most important report and might be the most heinous crime I might have ever seen in the city, where our brave doctors were coming back from a consultancy appointment.
Mr. Batra, one by one, we'll be looking into all the reports. Okay.
So everything, every actions and every usage of the investigation that have been conducted, I'd like to call Mr. Dave Rishan.
Mr. Dave.
Officer
Mr.
Dave. Officer Dave.
Officer Dave's name was not mentioned in this case.
He has conducted a master investigation on
That is
which
a
includes
different case. I
everything.
understand.
Okay.
That is a different case. Officer Dave also previously testified in the court. But that
Okay.
is a different scenario. But I'm saying, like, dear, just I'm putting your attention to these reports. You need to have a
Okay.
look because these reports are empty. These reports like incomplete.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And I see like I'm not sure whether these officers are still there in the police department or not. Officer Gordon B and Officer Barry Wolf. If they are here, if they're inside the department, I need in internal inquiry, like why there was no investigation happened of this report. They just okay, fine, they didn't catch the criminal. I understand, that is fine, but they should have
Yes, sir.
filled the MTW with all the details.
Now, sir, if you'll get now the question was arised, and even you said, what was the PD doing with the investigation? Lotus Kamal, the Overwatch, has come in the picture, and we have looked. We as a DS office have also looked into the situation that have been occurring in the PD with lack of reports and lack of brushing that PD cadets were trained in. So our Overwatch came to the picture. He has been training the officers to be a great officer in every aspect of an officer, be it by filing a report, completing and getting statements from the officers, and doing current investigation.
Mr. Batra, this request is not about to showcase your officer's capabilities. I'm damn sure that your officer Kamal is a very intellectual officer, and he's taking care of the PD well enough than before. And obviously, there is some progress. But what I'm here is right
So it's
now,
relevant.
still there are some previous cases which is not being worked on. There was a previous trial held between two benches with me and Justice Tao, where we have already notified the DA's office to look into some reports, and I still see those reports are as it is. There was no progress on those reports. Like if you are like going forward, if I look into that same report that you mentioned,
No,
114.
sir. What I said was relevant to the upcoming report that I'm going to mention in front of the judge. That's why I said that. If you
Okay.
look into the
But what I am making a point here, the reports are still incomplete. The report still needs, your attention, Mr.
I'll
Kamal's
make sure
attention.
I'll make sure the DA office gets involved into the matter, and will conduct an internal inquiry on the reports that
Okay,
have not been
please go
completed.
ahead.
Yes, sir. When the suspects, the criminals took an hostage and demanded the PD to release the one Aaron Tate who was critically injured in an accident.
And what was okay, the police. So how did the police neutralize the situation? Can you give me a brief of it?
5 officers were allowed to carry class 1 firearms when they saw that the hostage have been taken, and they're demanding for the release of Mr. One Aaron Tate, which they were not allowed to. they neutralized by shooting the suspects down, which was done according to the SOPs mentioned in the PD brief lines.
All right. Yeah. So, as you know, right, we are already under oath when you like took this
Yes.
line of duty, right? So you know the consequences. If you break the oath, you will be charged with perjury as well as contempt of court. You might lose your
I
badge
do, Honor.
and your job as well. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, Officer Kamal, I just wanted to know that I see the charges were attempted second-degree murder. I just wanted to know, did they use their firearm? Because I don't see a criminal use of firearm charge. I don't see a GSR evidence. So, can you please explain why this attempted second-degree murder
Uh,
was attached to the case?
the thing was actually they have shot the suspect, sorry, the witness which they were holding. So they attempted to kill the witness, but before they shot the police officers, we neutralized it, but we gave them 3 warnings. But the whole thing happened from a felony traffic stop, which was been
Mhm.
broken. And as my honor, you know, the felony traffic stop is only put for a very grave reasons, and plus they are also told that civilians should not break them, which allows the officers to shoot back if a felony traffic stop has been violated, which was done, and we didn't shoot them because we were not carrying weapons, we were only having tasers. But in process, Mr. Aaron Tate, the guy Aaron Tate, he was arrested for breaking the felony this without being neutralized. But to release this person, it was a grave law and order violation which these two people did by coming towards the police station. It mounts as a terrorism attack when you attack, when you try to try to hold any person ransom at a place which is government held, which a place which is authorized by a government as a law and order functioning body. So it was indirectly a terrorism attack, but we tried to reason it out with them. We tried to speak to them, and try to tell them to lay down their weapons and leave the hostage, because we cannot release any criminal who's been arrested, sorry, any suspect who's been arrested till the court allows us to do so. But they were not listening. So there was already a threat for the hostage which was mounting. So I took a decision in a law and order which gave me probable reasons for which from the felony traffic stop which was broken by them. I took a decision to also see that the life of the hostage can be also protected, which we did. So there was a calls given to EMS. The EMS was brought from the back door to the police station and kept alert that if things go out of the hand, the first immediate action they will take will be protecting the life of the civilian who was taken as a hostage. So instruction after 3 warnings and 3 understandings towards the people who were holding hostage were given to lay down their weapons. Uh, there was no response, and we already came to know or already understood that they will kill the hostage. So before they did that, we took the things into our hands and we shot the 2 suspects on their legs, feet, and arms, so that we didn't try to shoot them to kill them. We only tried to shoot them so that we can neutralize them and also save the hostage. But in return, they shot the hostage in his leg, but he was treated quickly because the EMS quickly was available. He was treated quickly, and his life was saved. And we also took a witness from the hostage itself.
Okay. Okay. So if the suspects were shooting at the hostages, why there was no GSR report attached to this? I don't find
I
any
think
GSR report.
I think GSR was sent for forensics normally. The GSR of the both whatever bullet casings were there, they were sent to
Mm-hmm.
forensics.
So forensic report didn't came.
I seriously don't know because the DA was informed about all this, so DA can answer on that.
Mr. Batra, why? What is the update on the forensic report? I don't see a forensic report attached to it. Do you have a forensic report on the report section? Can I look into that? No, I'm saying
GS
like, did you receive the forensic report?
Yes, sir,
Because there
उसके
was
अंदर
like
casings है.
multiple multiple
उसके अंदर casings
hostile
जैसे
situations were happened. Yeah, casing I understood. Casing we found from the street. That is the evidence that police collected from the scene. I'm talking
yes
about the
sir
forensics, the DNAs, the blood samples, the GSRs. Where are those? Casings
Uh,
are like
my
are
lord, the
yeah.
thing is, I
Yes.
think the GSR couldn't be taken that period of time because it was worn out, because the things were very heated up. We couldn't. We were trying to save the life of the hostage, and I think the GSR couldn't be collected of the said criminal because they were sent to the hospital and for treatment, and it took some time for the EMS to treat them and get them back to the police station. So in that bargain, I think the GSR report was couldn't be taken of these people. But yes, we have already, I think, statement of both the suspects which were shot down. They have accepted that they shot everything, but they had only told us that it was done because of reason that one of their friend was kidnapped by another party, and that party had told them to go and do these things at the police station. So just to protect their friend's life, they went and did this thing. By taking another hostage, they came to the police station.
Do you have the statements, Officer Kamal? Because I don't see their statements. As you said, like the suspect statements, it's not there.
Yeah, suspect statement was taken by me only. I don't know if the DA has not put it into the charge sheet. Oh, he has not. You can ask the
No,
DA
I'm
about
not.
it.
I'm watching the incident report only. It's not attached there as well. I see all the officer statements. I see Master JD. I think he was the victim, along with James Cigar, who was also the hostage. I'm not able to find Dean Jones or maybe Oscar Santos' statement inside that.
Uh, my honor, can you give a 5-minute recess to the PD so that they can give you the proper facts?
All right. Okay.
क्या वो सब किधर गए?
बताओ.
रिपोर्ट कहाँ है? उसका विटनेस लिया था, उसने स्टेटमेंट दिए थे, कहाँ है स्टेटमेंट? I told that specifically that day to write down whatever I was spoken that day, whatever he told. Who was writing down? Please come outside. We need to talk.
oh so we are
Officer
ready
Batra, need a little bit of professionalism from you, okay? When I say 5 minutes, it means 5 minutes. If you need more than that, do let me know beforehand, okay?
yep,
Don't make me wait in the court. Yeah, please go
sorry
ahead.
about that sir sir, due to some irresponsible work from an officer, we have suspended the officer and we have started an internal inquiry on the case. Rest, we'd like to bring up the report number. Just
We are also under the oath. You also know the consequences, so yeah. Yeah, please tell me about the report. What do you want to?
So basically, after the court case, that last court case we had, last hearing we had, Chief Justice Thao Vespucci directed that do the proper investigation for the next 24 hours. What you can find. Asked us not to report on the 71s because there would be an incident of officers getting shot. So what I did, I went ahead with the investigation of checking all the dispatch calls we are getting for 71s, and regarding both those 71s, what were the other cases which were linked to the 71s. So sorry, the gunshots. So as you can see on my report, I clearly mentioned that there is a pattern where of the gunshots happening around all over around the city.
Mr. Batra,
yes sir
please close the argument.
so we know there have been some irresponsible officers in the PD. We are well aware of, but we can't just ignore the rise of crime in the city. The robbings of ATM and financial institution is crumbling the economy of the state, and these citizens, EMS, every aspect, every part, every community of Los Santos have been affected by these antisocial elements. The PD are working hard. There are some bad fish in the sea, but we are looking forward to remove those and make the PD as smooth as working as we can. VDA office will be working directly with the PD and will conduct internal query and make sure that there won't be any problems that will be faced by the judge from now on. The UPD, we know that the UPD are the front line, but as a state, we also have the duty to look after the people who are serving in the law enforcement The law enforcement have been conducting investigation, have been trying to get the source. But to conduct further investigation, they need access to such weapons to counter these such elements which are stopping the functioning of the UPD. For that, I'd like to pray in front of the judge to grant the UPD Class 1 weapon license, which will be only permitted to the officers who are responsible enough to carry the weapons and use it in a right situation and according to the SOPs. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. For your claim, you just claimed that before this closing statement, you claimed that weapon license should be provided to the sergeants and above, right? And now you're saying officer.
No, so sorry, Sergeant Sir. I'm sorry,
Alright,
sir.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. The court will be recessed for another 10 minutes. I'll jot down all the points and we'll come and give the verdict. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
जाता है चलो जाओ जाओ आगे जाओ शेर आगे
अगर इनको वेपन लाइसेंस मिलेगा
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a very strong appeal from DA's office. So in the light of the reports 1510, 1489, 1280, 1536, and also the medical reports of the officers getting injured on the line of duty, the court hereby thinks that there is a threat roaming around in the city, and there is a threat to the officers who are in the line of the duty, and also for the civilians, which need to be immediately neutralized. Hence, the court hereby allows the police department to access Class 1 firearms on the line of duty under certain conditions. As per the DA's appeal, the officer should be sergeant and above. Secondly, the firearm should be used only if there is a life-threatening situation occurs. If anyone tries to kidnap or harm any civilians or officer, only then the firearm should be used. Firearms are not allowed to be used in a traffic stops unless it's a felony. Brandishing firearms without any probable cause will not be tolerated. The weapon should be holsters all the time until it's required. In case of any misuse or violation of these conditions, the DA's office will take disciplinary action on the officer. Also, noticing all the irresponsible officers doing their reports not properly well, DA's office will take care about all the decisions regarding what should be done on that particular officer. Officers need to go through a special training before using firearm on the field. The trainings will be provided by the commanding officers. Also, from the report of DA and Officer Dev Kapoor's investigation report, the court thinks that some of the civilians who lives in a high society, their houses are not safe. Due to increase of house robberies, the court will open a weapon license request application for the people who are business owners or the CEOs, because we believe that their lives are also in danger, because in the night if someone enters their house, they don't have anything to protect themselves. So we'll be opening the concealed carry of Class 1 weapon license for the business owners and the CEOs for now. The decision of giving the Class 1 license to the individual will up to the DOJ office. The DOJ will do a thorough background check on the person, on the individual, and will decide whether to grant them a weapon license or not. That's all, everyone. This is an open court hearing. This judgment is under all the public's interest, and if they want to contest it, they can file an affidavit against that.
और दर्शकों अभी आपने जैसे देखा कोर्ट हियरिंग में क्या हुआ, ऑफिसर्स की इंसिडेंट रिपोर्ट आज भी क्लियर नहीं थी, उनको रिसर्च लेनी पड़ी। रिसर्च लेने के बाद भी उनके टाइम जो है कम पड़ गया, 5 की जगह 10 मिनट लगा, पर उन्होंने जस्ट को इन्फॉर्म तक नहीं किया कि हमको और टाइम चाहिए। यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं, अभी आप डिसाइड कीजिए, आपके ऊपर है। बट यहाँ पे जो पीडी ऑफिसर्स हैं उनको वेपन लाइसेंस ग्रांट हो चुके हैं। सेफ रहिए, हरेस होने से बचिए। अगर आपको कुछ भी लगता है पीडी ऑफिसर आपको गलत कर रहे हैं, हमें क्लिप दीजिए। LSBN न्यूज़। थैंक यू। नहीं।